Our human voice is one of the most powerful and underused tools that we have. It can drop to a whisper as soft as 20 decibels, barely louder than rustling leaves, or even a loud soar up to 100 decibels, louder than a lawnmower, even rivaling a thunderclap, all within a single breath. This entire range lives within us, waiting to be explored. But here's the curious part: why do most of us stay stuck in the middle? According to the acoustic studies and environmental sound data, normal conversations hover up to 60 decibels, safe, expected, and forgettable. Yet, science shows that how we use our voice dramatically shapes how we're heard, felt, or remembered. What if your voice could do more than just deliver words? What if it could move people? My grandfather has always been my greatest inspiration as a storyteller, and what made his stories unforgettable was the way he used his voice. As he started narrating a story about Lord Krishna's childhood, his voice wasn't just speaking words. It danced with playful intonation, rising and falling to match Krishna's mischief, softening during gentle moments and growing lively with excitement. His vivid expressions and varied pitch gave a realistic feel to the story. It went till an extent that I felt Lord Krishna himself was there with us on that day. This kind of voice modulation can transform a simple storytelling into a massive experience that can capture our imagination and emotions. This taught me that voice modulation isn't just a tool or a speaking technique, but it's a powerful bridge connecting the speaker's message to the audience or the listener's feelings and emotions. Research done by communication expert Dr. Albert shows that 38% of our voice goes to vocal elements such as pitch, tone, and volume, whereas the actual words make up only 7%. This proves that how something is said matters more than what it's said. We often think that the power of communication lies within the words we choose, but the real culprit behind forgettable messages, monotone speech, when we speak without changing our pitch and speech rate. Research from University of Michigan shows that a lack of voice modulation significantly reduces activity in our brain's prefrontal cortex, an area which is critical for our attentiveness and memory. As a cognitive scientist, Dr. Susan Weinscheck puts in that when a voice stays at the same pitch and rhythm, our brain tunes it out, just like the background noise. In fact, a study published in PubMed shows that listeners gain greater attention, emotional engagement, and memory retention when speakers change their pitch and speech rate compared with the ones who spoke with a flat and unchanged tone. This isn't just about sounding dull, but it's about making the message invisible. Monotony doesn't just weaken attention but also erases meaning. The problem is clear. When your voice lacks modulation, your message gets lost. Not because it's unimportant, but because your brain never gets the signal to remember it. Voice modulation transforms passive listening into active engagement. A research published in Frontiers in Communication in 2022 shows that speakers even change their pitch and speech rate, which scientists call prosody. Listeners are most likely to show greater attention. Without voice modulation, monotone delivery is processed by the brain, similar to background noise, which leads to disengagement and forgetfulness. Supporting this, a study on education and information technologies in Journal in Springer's 2024 shows that a speech with expressive variation can activate more areas in the listener's brain, enhancing both comparison and recall. especially in digital learning and public speaking scenarios. As a cognitive scientist, Dr. Susan Weinschenk puts in that when a voice stays at the same pitch and rhythm, our brain tunes it out, just like the background noise. In a sense, your voice isn't just a medium for words, it's the emotional engine for your message. Thank you.